One of America's most lucrative industries is the real estate industry. Whether you are new to the industry or not, Keeping It Real Estate podcast is here for you. Keeping It Real Estate is the #1 podcast that covers all things real estate, from investing to becoming a real estate agent to selling or buying homes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my podcast. We are here for episode 2. And today's topic is how to prepare to purchase a home. That was what you guys voted for on Instagram, so y'all know I'm going to deliver. All right, so how to prepare to purchase a home. There are so many ways you can prepare to purchase a home. Of course, you have to prepare your mindset to be a homeowner. You're not renting anymore. Home ownership is different from renting. There's more responsibilities, and you just have to prepare your mindset, of course, for becoming a homeowner. But I'm not here to talk to y'all about that today. What I'm here to talk to y'all about is other ways to prepare that I know of as your realtor. The first step, of course, I say is primary, is creating your home buying budget and determining how much you can afford. This is so important when preparing to purchase a home. You want to make sure that you write down all of your expenses and money that you spend to maintain your lifestyle. Every expense, from every detail to the small things, the big things, food, nails, hair, haircut, car wash, anything that you spend money on, I will write it down in this home buying budget. Also, you want to write down all of your income. And after that, you want to see what expenses are absolutely necessary. So I'm looking at my income, I'm looking at my expenses. What expenses do I absolutely need? What expenses can I eliminate or can I reduce? Well, what can I use to help this budget? You want to subtract all of your necessary expenses from your income and determine how much of that you want to spend on a mortgage. So that's up to you. After you look at all your money, you do not want to spend the total amount on a mortgage. You do not want to do that. You never want to spend all of your money on a mortgage. You want to have some disposable income left over to save for like emergencies, to go out, to treat yourself to something nice. And I mean, the list goes on. We are human and we have to have a little bit of fun here and there. So you don't want to buy a house that you can't afford. In one of my Instagram polls, I had someone mention that was one of their fears about purchasing a home is becoming house broke. But that's what happens when you buy a home that you cannot afford and don't look at your budget very detailed and see how much you can spend on a home. So as your realtor, my goal is to make sure that you do not become house broke. And we do that by looking at your home buying budget, looking at the money you have left over, and making sure we do not spend all of that money on your mortgage. We still want you to have disposable income left over. So creating a home buying budget, a very detailed home buying budget, will help you stay on track while going through the process. And that is very, very, very important. Step 2, you want to prepare your finances for the home buying process. And that breaks off into a few different things when I say prepare your finances. You don't want to start looking for a house and then find out that you can't qualify to purchase a home. So you want to make sure that you have at least these 3 things in order so that when you are preparing to purchase a home, it will be easier. And of course, number 1, I'm sure you guessed it, the word that everyone is scared of. Yes, credit. Check that credit report. Check your credit report. Do not be scared. Look at your credit report. See what it is. I mean, I would say that if you're trying to purchase a home, try to be at least around 620 when applying for a mortgage. Of course, higher is always better. But if you are in the fives, I would start working on it. If you're in the high 500s, I would work on it. At least try to get to 620. Although there are loan options for people with scores in the 500s, there are different rules and different parameters for you to qualify, and different requirements, of course, for you to be able to qualify for those loan types. So I'm not discouraging you if you are in a situation where you need to move now, you have a score in the 500s. Reach out because there are different loan types that you may be able to qualify for. But if you have time and you're preparing yourself and you're working on it, at least try to get that score up to a 620 or better, because that will set you up for success when you start your home buying process. And if you need to work with a credit repair specialist, do that if that's necessary. There are a lot out here, so don't be ashamed if that's necessary. You definitely want to work with a credit repair specialist to help you with your credit. You want to pay down any credit card balances. Be sure not to apply for any other credit or new loans or new credit cards while you're in the process of trying to obtain a mortgage. Um, I would also recommend that you check your credit report for errors. There can be errors, and these errors can be disputed and could possibly fall off of your report. So please be sure to check your credit report for accuracy and make sure that there are no errors. Another thing that you would need to do to prepare is save cash for home buying expenses. Yes, you have to save some money. And of course, there is your down payment. You want to put aside at the very least, 3.5% of your purchase price. 3.5% of your purchase price. It can definitely be more than this, but your mortgage company will determine that number and let you know exactly what you need and how much you would need. So at the very least, you can start thinking, okay, I need to put down 3.5% of how much I want to spend on a house. At least save that to the side. And another thing you'll need to put away is closing costs. Closing costs are not the same as a down payment. Down payment is the portion of the purchase price that you pay down on the home, and closing costs are fees that you pay when you purchase a property, like loan fees, recording fees, taxes, all those types of things. So be sure to note the difference between the two. You will need money aside for both. They are two different things, and you will need money for both. Another thing that you need to do to prepare to purchase a home is make sure that you have verifiable income and documentation. That is very important. Documents that you will need to verify your finances on your mortgage application are like pay stubs, W-2s, bank statements, and if you work for yourself or you do any type of freelance or anything like that, you want to have copies of your last 2 tax returns. So what you can do is you can start preparing these documents and make sure that you have them in order. So it's easier when you start the home buying process, and it'll ultimately help you get a pre-approval quicker because you'll have all of your documentation in order. Also, you want to make sure you shop around for a mortgage. There are so many different type of mortgage programs, and there's so many different grant options and a whole bunch that goes into mortgage. So you want to make sure that you speak with your preferred mortgage lender to see what best suits your situation. Before you start going out looking for a home, it's best that you have a pre-approval letter from your loan officer. And this will help just present you as a more serious buyer and a qualified buyer. It will show them that you are able to purchase this home, you've been pre-approved by your mortgage officer, and you have what it takes to be able to purchase this home, and you're serious about purchasing this home. To obtain a pre-approval, it is free and it is non-binding. So if you get a pre-approval, that does not make you obligated to purchase a house. It is free 99 and it's non-binding. So remember that you are not obligated to purchase a house just because you have a pre-approval. So it doesn't hurt to obtain a mortgage pre-approval if you're thinking about purchasing a home soon. It really just helps you determine your buying parameters, and it just helps you set the tone for what you're able to look for. Because we don't want to go looking at $300,000 houses and you're only approved for $150,000. So having that pre-approval letter really helps keep you on track and ensure that you aren't buying a house that you cannot afford. Lastly, what I always recommend to everybody is, even though you aren't necessarily looking, you're just kind of preparing, mentally preparing, financially preparing, just getting, some things in order. just understand your wants and your needs. When you're preparing to purchase a home, you want to make a list of all the features that absolutely need. And then another list of things that can be negotiated, like number of rooms, number of levels, carpet, hardwood, specific areas that you want to live in, driveway, garage, countertop, all that stuff. Just make a list of things that are non-negotiable and things that can be negotiated. Because if you know these things beforehand, it will be easier to help pick out your perfect home, and it will help me as your realtor when I'm searching for a home for you. In addition to my last point, I did want to mention that if you are ready to purchase a home or considering purchasing a home in the next year or so, reach out to a realtor. If you have a realtor that you follow, if it's me, if it's anyone else, just reach out to someone. There are so many realtors out here that are willing to help you. If you are looking for a realtor, you want to make sure they're knowledgeable, make sure they're patient, make sure they're approachable, because this is the person that you will consult with and confide in when you're purchasing a home, and they will ultimately guide you through the transaction. So you just want to make sure that you have a really good realtor to back you up and to help you through the process, because it'll help your process flow very smoothly if they are knowledgeable and educate you on everything going on in the process. So I'm always available and I'm always open to questions and to help you out. Even if you are not ready to purchase a home immediately, you can reach out to me. Let me know if you have questions. You can come to me if you have a concern, if you need referrals. Realtors have a lot of contacts in the industry. We know mortgage specialists, we know credit specialists, we know contractors, appraisers, inspectors. We know a bunch of people. So having a realtor that you're already partnering with and building a relationship with is very important when you're preparing to purchase a home, because they can kind of lead you on the right path and guide you in the right direction. Thank you all so much for listening. I truly appreciate all the support I have received with this podcast. You know that if you have any questions, any concerns, anything you need further details about, anything I can help you with, you guys can reach me on Instagram and Facebook at Adrea the Agent. And you can email me at adreatheagent@gmail.com. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I am here to help, and I would love to help you out any way that I can. Anything dealing with the real estate, you need help, I am your girl. I'm the Richmond go-to girl. Please stay tuned for the next episode. And until next time, thank you so much again for listening.
If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. Then hit that notification bell so you can stay connected for the next episode.